All right, everybody. This is going to be a very brief section. This is devices on an Ethernet LAN. As you can see, we have multiple different devices. We have laptops, desktops, bridges, access points. Oh, not a wireless router, right? Access points. We have our server. We have our ASA firewall. We have a layer 3 switch. We have a layer 2 switch. We have an IP phone. We have a router, another desktop connected to the router using a console cable, which is how you do it in your certification. All right, so an Ethernet is made up of this and many more devices that are not on here, okay, or same devices just spread out throughout the infrastructure of that particular network. You're definitely going to want your firewalls right after your router, all right, or before your router. Definitely your server will be connected to your firewall. It could be on the public side of the firewall or the private side. All right, you have your layer 3 switch or your core switch that's going to be right attached to your firewall so it can filter anything through there as well. Then you're going to have your layer 2 switches or your access switches that's going to go ahead and go to your IP phones, your desktops. Maybe you're still using a bridge because you haven't learned or taken my course. Okay. And then you have an access point. What's the difference between an access point and a wireless router? There is no routing. All this does is connects. Actually, that's all it does. It connects wireless devices that cannot reach because you can't run a cable to it or anything to a wired network. That's what these access points do. All right. So do not get them confused with wireless routers. They have two different functions. I didn't put that one on there. And well, we talked about that already. So these are just devices. And again, it could be many more devices of the same or different, okay, that you can have on here. We don't have a wireless printer. We could have a wireless printer or a wired printer. All right, we could have the phone connected to the PC and the PC connected to the switch. This could be a DHCP server. We can put a DHCP server. So on Ethernet, we have a myriad of many different devices that we need to know how they work and where would be the best place to put them, where they will have the most functionality and be more efficient on our network. All right, so we need to be aware. And as we go along through the course and we start configuring, doing different topologies and such, you'll see how we will want to configure, at least for our certification, because I'm trying to gear this toward the certification. Because really in the certification, you're not going to see any elaborate configuration, all right, or I should say design. The configurations will be pretty much straight to the point. So you're not going to be designing some elaborate network or anything like that. But you'll need to understand at least the concepts of each device, being security, the functionality of a switch, this, also security on the layer 2 switches, accessing of a wireless or a wired network, segmenting, web service, whatever the case may be, IP, telephony. So all these different things is what encompasses an Ethernet network. We just need to understand the devices, but please do not misunderstand me. Everybody will have their function. If you work for a small company, okay, you could be the only IT person and you will have to learn quickly how each one of these devices work. I can tell you in schools, normally the IT guy, there's one IT guy per campus on small schools where he pretty much does everything. The voice, the networking, the routers, firewalls, he's basically told from headquarters what to put in there. And the same thing with the routers. So don't think that you have to learn every last little detail of every device so you can go ahead and get a job out there. No, no, no. Just need to understand the concepts, all right, of what they do and where they would go and why you would do it. And then as you configure, when we go through the course, you'll get a very, very good understanding of how to do that. And then once you get out there, hey, Google is everybody's friend, okay? Knowledge is power and reading is essential. So definitely read not only my books, Cisco books, my videos, videos that are out there, everything that is going to help you. When you're going to get a job, you need to say, okay, what does this job entail? And then say, okay, what are the devices that they may use? Let me get myself ready, especially when it comes to the cabling as well. And if you're using a wide area network, because remember, when we're monitoring a network, which we'll talk about during the course, we're going to learn HSRP. All right, HSRP. They took out VRP and GLBP, but HSRP is still there. So that's one that is still in use. We use it in telecommunications. It is used. All right, but third-party software is one thing for like NetFlow and SNMP and Syslog that you will use to monitor a network to see who's doing what and what type of traffic is coming from where. That way, if it's unwanted traffic, you can stop it. You can do pretty much a lot of that with the firewall, but to make it a lot simpler, you will use some sort of third-party device software that will go ahead and make life much easier for you to look at and to configure. All right. So again, these are your Ethernet devices. You will see them throughout the course. You may see the firewall throughout the course. We'll see how that goes. But definitely you will see all these other devices. So that's it. I'll see you in the next one.